Whoa, yeah.
I think we're live.
Actually, I'm in kind of the spacey mood. Yes. The world is an uncertain place. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Late night television from the West Coast. Late night television from the West Coast. Yeah. Want to start with a poem?
Welcome to the Fortress of Freedom. We're just learning this. Hello? We needed more reverb on that. The Fortress of Freedom. This is our Remembrance Day show. Oh, this is a learning curve. We want to honor the veterans. My dad, per se, Jerry Clayton. And, well, you want me to read the poem? Well, I'm going to wait and see if we get some people on here.
Is anybody on there yet?
Yeah, we'll wait for some people to get on.
Is there anybody on there? Can you tell that when that happens?
We have one viewer, which I think is ourselves. I say we just do this show. But when I'll wait a few minutes to see if anybody hops in here.
At least it's not distorting, so that's a good sign.
We're going.
Can you hear your drums?
I can hear them great. Everything's great. Remembrance Day Freeform. Just let you know we're out here. Unless we forget.
What you doing? In Flanders Field, row by row, the voices of the past. The voices that defend freedom. Those that died for your rights. They stood before God, the ultimate sacrifice.
Greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for his friends. That's what Jesus said. And that's what people do. Horace Haney, others that are in our family, and Julian Assange as well, who's doing that for us, standing up for truth in these difficult times, and a lot of people do that. So, in World War II.
Upon your soul, the sunshine and light, the poppy fields row and row.
This is kind of a casual hangout right now. I have pictures going in a slideshow, but they are this big right now. Not sure why. But this is how it goes. If you want to zoom in on the slideshow, there's a picture right now. I have to look. Who's up there? That's my great uncle Horace Haney. His inscription on the monument, just in St. Eloi. I got another picture up there of a serviceman I know, just retired, with his wreath. There's my dad. Do you want to just zoom in on that? It's up top over that CV monitor. That's my dad in his Air Force picture. That's a monument of courage with Snowden, Assange, and Chelsea Manning. There's Julian's fiance and his two kids, Gabriel and Max. There's another picture of Uncle Horace Haney. So I'm learning this program. We have to zip out of it and come back in. And after taking this long to get up online, I think I'm not going to do that. We're going to play a little tune for you now. A little late night mood. Welcome. Turn off the bubble machine. We're ready to start our show now that we have 3 viewers. Thank you. This is our Remembrance Day show. It's our inaugural live stream. Thanks for hanging in there, waiting for us to come on board. We're dedicating the show to my great uncle Horace Haney, who was killed in action in World War I. But I had some cool stories to tell about Uncle Horace Haney, and I'm going to share those. And I'm going to share about my dad from the RCAF in World War II, and it's also dedicated. We worked so hard just to get online, but to Julian Assange. As just the importance of the freedoms that we have and the free press, which I'm seeing some of that. Well, obviously with him being imprisoned and for telling the truth. So we're going to do some Moog music, and then I'll share a couple stories. And I want to see if you're on YouTube and you can put in the chat window, I'll see what you're saying in there and talk to you there. Okay. We were working on this earlier. Let's do it.
Voices?
Is it the vocal mic? You can help us actually get our settings nice. Needs more Moog.
Oh, really?
You should hear it in here, man. It was pretty awesome. It's like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're running this Ken Rigdal stuff up.
Ooh. Can they hear you talk?
Can you hear my vocal mic? Oh, well, she turned up her volume at her end. Well, that would help. How's that? How's that? Hi, Lori. Or, sorry. Or you're Lori or Madeline Moore? Or yourself. How's the Moog now, Lori? done, America, America?
What have you done? America, what have you done?
'76, 1776. Freedom, freedom, freedom from tyranny. Freedom from the tyranny. And made a constitution. Made a constitution. We hold all these things to be self-evident. Evident. Freedom.
Freedom, freedom,
Freedom to protest. Freedom to speak. Freedom to live. Freedom to be an individual
Freedom.
human being. No more tyranny. But now you got people in prison for telling the truth, like Julian Assange. What did he do? Hey, hey, hey. And they went to the battlefields of Europe. Stop the tyranny. But yeah, we have what we have now. But I still got a chance, you know. Still got a chance, you know. Hey, I know I still got a chance, you know. Be free, to be free. Yeah. Let 'em go, let 'em go, let 'em go, let 'em go, America, let it go. Be with his kids and family, be like else too, yeah. That was our improv. We're going to just do this, you know. And that's the art. Because if you do art, because Laura, you're out there, you know, there's things you could say in art. If they try to shut you down, well, say it another way. But I don't think they'll shut me down just yet. So what I have in that top, you could kind of see this little wee picture of my dad, I guess. Is it little at your end? You can reframe the size, but I'm reluctant to go out of the program and it'll all mess up. So I was explaining this slideshow. I have pictures of Dad and great Uncle Haney and Julian and his kids and everybody. So to do the tribute, I was at the memorial service today. I know they say we discourage the public. Well, I guess enough people was discouraged that a handful, 100 of us came out and were able to be spaced accordingly around the perimeter, and so that was fine. I guess everyone's feeling their way along in that. They didn't do the Flanders Fields. This isn't really Flanders Fields music. What would you call this music, Ken?
It's,
Maybe I'll save Flanders Field.
could be.
It could be. Well, anything could be.
I think it's nice, but
Yeah.
it's kind of churchy,
Yeah, that's the. But I said, what a shame. I thought it was fine. I'm not being critical too much. I mean, it was nice. There were still some really cool things. They had the trumpet and the piper and everything. No Flanders Fields, though. And as a writer, you write an epic piece like that, it deserves to be heard. So I'm going to read it now. I have to look on my phone. I should have. I remember when we were kids at Agassiz Drive School and they'd make us read this, and then we were just little kids and we were quite serious. Like they taught us to say it very angrily in places. We'd get to that part, we go, "We are the dead!" I remember us shouting it. They told us about the righteous anger. Okay, so Karen, you're watching, but you're not in the chat. Great. That's our 2 viewers. Hopefully, maybe some more will come by. I'm not really expecting it. And anyways, you think about it, to sort of get off the ground, it helps family and friends, and it's meant to be kind of just for us, really, this whole thing. I don't want to be a big show with millions of viewers just yet. Come on, where's the poem? Just tell me. The other thing had the poem. I think it's right here. Okay. Set the tone.
what's the tone?
In Flanders Fields.
Okay. We'll get something a little different.
Think of something that's kind of not too, a little bit of heaven, a little bit of earth, a little bit of tragedy, no comedy. So hi, Karen. Karen's watching. I was
Hi.
explaining those little pictures are because I had to reframe them. I don't know if they're big, but they're pictures. I've got a slideshow going up there. Yes, that's actually, I will talk while we're finding a sound. I'll tell my little stories. How's that? I'll get better at this as we go. So, as you know, I looked up, sometimes I just get surfing on history and family heritage. Stumbled upon Horace Haney, Dad's uncle, and blew me away. They had a personal letter from him to his mother, which is Dad's mother? No, Dad's grandmother. And in it, he's saying things like, "Oh, my letters aren't really getting through, but I am writing to you. And yeah, the Germans were there, and we shot at them and stuff."
This is fun, right?
He's trying not to make his mom worry, right? You can tell he's telling the truth of this scenario that you're just going, oh my God. The writing was like Dad's writing, big blocky G letters, and the language of our hardy ancestors, immigrants we were, pioneers. This is a Flanders Fields. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's whimsical. Okay, can you see the poppies swaying in the breeze in France? In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly. Scarce heard among the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. What if I cry on the screen? Strength. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from flailing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
That was nice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's my hormonal age. I get very emotional. It's kind of tough. You're out there talking about Julian Assange like he's alive, and I want to see this come out, have a victory here. But it always breaks me up that guys went out and died for these freedoms, and I don't know. Some people say to me, "Oh, what's freedom of speech?" I'm like, "You don't know," because we grew up with Dad would always sort of impart to us that, you know, he had funny stories. Dad would tell us stuff like the stuff he did in Europe, and it was always happy stuff. He never talked about anything sad, really. And then he told me a story of how these German planes followed back and sort of were strafing, and he and his buddy got off the road. You know that one? Yeah, you can't see the slideshow. I'm sorry. I'm reluctant to, but really, I think what I had to do is exit the software and come back in. But for today, I'm gonna leave that for now and have it better for next time. It'd be great if I had it though, eh? I'll get it together. But Dad was a good storyteller, and he could tell stories about. He could really bring everything to life. You could see them all, young people at the dance. But what a weird story that he was at a dance in the town. I can imagine sort of big band music, and everybody's young and dancing. Then he's riding home on his bicycle and hears a plane. He says, "That's not one of ours." So they turn off their headlamp. They get off the road. The plane comes just kind of swooping down over the road like he would have strafed him, probably. But he never went on about it like, "Oh, this is a big deal." You know, it was just a story like a lot of his stories. And then, they wanted revenge, so they did, he watched while they shot a Lancaster bomber down that was trying to land. And I was there, I was going, "And you just stood there and saw that?" Like, because I was blown away. I was like, "You just stood there and watched this? You know, wow." But he took what I said as differently, like, "Oh, you just stood there watching, like you didn't do anything." That's not what I meant. He says, "Well, we didn't have any guns. We were so up from north." I have to think, as gentle-spirited as he was, that's just Dad, you know. He grew up on the farm. If there'd have been a machine gun turret, he'd have probably gone for it. But then none of us would be here. I was just getting into that one. The climax of my story, that was it, the end. This makes a pretty good little thing, you know, we get it more slick. Storytelling with Mogs.
We got.
Cool, he told you that story, eh? I think it's like the rest of his stories are all happy ones. But I always thought, well, he was in the Air Force, he didn't really get in the action. But I mean, it counts as far as I'm concerned. Closer than I'd want to be. Did I have anything else? We're going to just do mostly music. What did I want to say about Horace Haney? You know, other than I sort of pieced together all his stuff. Do you remember this one, guys? You remember? How about we need my grandmother music? She is quite a character. Yes, strength. Strong women, us Clayton women. And also on my mom's side, right? I got the pictures of our Irish grandmother. Think what she went through. I don't want to think, actually. And Horace Haney went, hey, I got a text. Yeah. Of course, Dad wanted to fly the planes. I got a text. He wanted to fly the planes. They wouldn't let him because he was colorblind. I sometimes wondered if it's because he took an IQ test and he was like, but pilots are smart. I don't know. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just mess you around because they want you somewhere else. But colorblind? I don't know, that seems a little weak. But thankfully, again, because that's why we're all still here. Or we ever came to be here. What was my grandmother's story? Oh, well, I was going to ease into my prayer time, which is just a small prayer. Yeah, because they do that on Remembrance Day, right? You do a little prayer. Why it was funny, I was looking into Wesleyan prayer book because Horace Haney was Wesleyan and they were all Methodist, a lot of these people. But that's on Dad's side. But Grandma telling me this story of how she didn't want to hear me talk to her about Jesus at all because she had gone to Salvation Army and they were all there going, have mercy on us, miserable sinners. And she found that offensive. But I just told her about Jesus anyways, like, you've crossed from death to life if you believe. And so that was the end. She snapped the light off. We were at Karen's wedding. We shared a room and good night, and the light went off. Snap. But actually years later, the pastor at her church said that she told him he was getting better at preaching, so she did come around. But what was funny was today I look at the Wesleyan prayer, and that's what it is. One of the first ones is all that. I read it to Ken, and it says, oh, that's where they got it. There's this repeated liturgy like, God have mercy on us, miserable sinners. And Ken was thinking of all that's going on in our world right now. And he goes, and I thought he might be offended about it, but he's like, you were like, yes, please God have mercy on us miserable sinners. It's sort of, things come full circle, don't they? Something sounded old and stodgy is now actually quite relevant. Anyway, I hope you got a kick out of that story. Grandma with the light. The conversation ended. All right. For the end of my Wesleyan story, my prayer is always every day. I just want to be real with people and keep the faith and try to help others and try to stay positive, try to keep in hope. I don't trust in any person in this world. Just one Savior. That's the end of my sermon. Don't snap off of it. There. We lost 2 viewers now. Snap. All right. What else do they do? And then they do da 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 da. This is the reveille. They have the sad one. Let's do the happy one. And then everyone goes to Legion and drinks beer and listens to big band music, which I was doing today. Ba-dum, ba-dum, dum, da-dum, da. Da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. We'll close with this. Oh, you do a hymn. Okay, we're going to close with this hymn. What is the hymn?
I don't know. Pink Machine.
Pink Machine. Rejoice and be glad, 'cause we have each other. Rejoice, be glad, sister and brother. We're alive to sing our song. We're still here, we're going strong. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Rejoice, be glad, because it's a new day dawning. Sister Laurie, she loves the birds that sing in the morning. Well, the birds are still singing, trees are still swaying, the prayer is still large, and we're still here, we're praying. Yeah, we're praying. Get better, but in the meantime, let's go for each other, the sisters, the brothers, yeah. Rejoice, be glad, 'cause we're here now. Yeah, well, yeah, we're here now. That was that one. Okay, we take a request. Do you guys have a request?
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Lori's got a message for us. I'm gonna read her message. Stuart McClellan out there. Oh, well, we got to do a funky one. That was kind of our 80s improv. Do you have another sound that's more, we'll send this to, Stuart's the guitarist in our funk band. And, we've written songs. We're just doing improv, Stuart. Maybe you'll have to go back later to see the whole service. Stuart has a Scottish heritage. So we had a Scottish party once. We all talked in Scottish accents for like 2 hours. We're Canadian. We can tell the truth, speak the truth, try to help people all we can. Free Julian. There is a chance. There is a monument in Berlin. There are 3 statues made of bronze. Well, they're a monument to courage for Snowden, Manning, and Assange. Walk along with them on the road to the Brandenburg Gate. Gotta find courage to speak up before it is too late. Hey, hey, not anything to say. Hey, hey, Julian Assange, sing with me again. Julian Assange, hey, hey, anything to say. Free, free, Julian Assange. Man's Australian. He's a father. Bring him back to his family. Bring him back to his family. That's sort of, we're just doing improv, so that's pretty cool because I did that song as I think I did with a lady in New Zealand named Alex Hill. She's the one with the violin. And I have that video on my channel that we did together. Stuart, all of you would really probably think it's nice. I think my sister's heard it.
Wonder if Stuart can get on Jam Kazam.
Yeah, Stuart, you thought of Jam Kazam? Stuart's figuring out how it works at his end to hear it right. It was overloading a bit.
What, the mix coming up?
Booyah!
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then he said, booyah! Then he said it might be his incoming channel.
Arg.
He enjoyed our outdoor pub, which was the Tilty Kilty.
Oh, the
which
Tilty Kilty,
my
yeah.
sisters visit, they'll get to go to our Scottish pub.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Sing with me, Ken. Sing with me, Ken! Yeah, so that song is called Anything to Say, and it's based on the statue by Dominique, I believe, an Italian artist. I guess I'm gonna have to do, if I do more of these shows, I'll do more research and get more slick, but we just managed to get it, all the acoustics set, all the wiring and online for today, so that's pretty good. And so I was singing the lyrics to that song with a Moog, so maybe we'll do another version, that'd be cool. We're doing Devo. Ken likes the Devo. Or is this Huey Lewis? Ghostbusters? Is it Huey Lewis or is it Ghostbusters? I don't know. It's neither because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Actually, this is about probably 100 songs. We better not do it. We'll be booted. Oh, they're worried about me. We'll have to get Stuart, you gotta come over and play guitar to this someday. Enough, come on, there's gotta be a more fun, cool sound in there. Anybody, anything to say? That's the name of the statue because it has like the three of them on the chairs and then one, and people can get on the chair and talk. And the people in Germany loved it. We did it reggae. Well, we want to see you perform live.
Who's that?
My sister wants to see me perform live, like in person live. Oh. This is live with about a 5-second time delay. Okay. Stuart sends a happy face. Ah, I see. I just got the asking for, any requests for the Moog.
Oh, I don't know.
A mood, like.
I just got it.
Well, we'll flip through those. We're just using the factory settings, but Ken actually knows how to do all this stuff. Get in the Emerson, Lake and Palmer thing.
Yeah. That's all good. Here we go. We can do the atmospheric thing, you know. It's like
Yeah, it's a mood.
It's a mood stuff.
It's a
right?
mood music. Yeah, so they usually close by offering everyone to come to the Legion. As we travel back through time. And we remember the Roaring 20s. Oh, are these 20s roaring? Yeah, let's not talk. The Roaring 20s. And the Dirty 30s. The Dust Bowl. The trains laden. I'm doing a free association of what I know of history. Or a few things. Trains laden with guys traveling in the trucks. And then came the swinging 40s. Then the 50s. And Elvis Presley. This is real Elvis, this is. Can we do an Elvis song in this mode? Remember that one? You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, baby. Jailhouse rock. You were jailhouse rocking my blue suede shoes. I'm all shook up, And then the 60s! Oh, I know we could do this really well. But we're on Vancouver Island, but we haven't partaken of any herb. Maybe the 60s will wait for another show. And then the 70s, Chicago. This is called polyrhythmic stuff. Actually, what it is that my double kicks aren't very good. Down to the 80s. We did the 80s. The 90s.
You can show them your drum.
Crash into me. Crash into me. My drum machine.
Yeah.
Is it doing anything? Yeah. I need more volume. There, I heard it. Louder.
That is as much you got on it?
Stuart says he likes us. We're stage right, stage left.
There we go.
Orchestrator on stage right. We're gonna learn to MIDI this together, but right now we haven't got that far. Quite working.
I like that beat.
He's trying to tidy his studio. What about you, Lori? Are you still there? Do you tidy? We had to tidy the studio just to function in here. It was bad. I had like a tambourine that was in the way. Ken stepped on it and screamed.
Got any other beats in there? I like these bass sounds, right?
This is my daughter's rap, but she rejected it. Oh, too loud. Oh well, we won't mess with it too much.
What happened there?
It's too soft now.
Well, I didn't change anything, so what do you do?
Oh. I know, it's so low. There, that's good, that's good. This is my daughter's rap, but I have to fix it. I guess it's just not cool enough yet, but it kind of goes like, shitty Tinder guy, shitty Tinder guy, why you got to lie, how you, I forget how it goes. Wait, shitty Tinder guy, you got to lie, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you 6'5". I don't know. It's good. It's gonna be good. I'll fix her rap. It all goes on about how he lies. Guy, why you gotta lie? Tell me how you're 6'5". No, you're not high. That's it. And then the guy, girls were there. But when she and her friend get going, they're pretty good.
So has everybody turned us off now?
No, there's 4 people now. We gotta do more Remembrance Day stuff. I said the Remembrance Day part is kind of why that we're now the virtual big band bash that happens. I have stories. I tell stories. That's what I do. War stories. I relay my dad's war stories. Do you guys remember the one? We know the ones he wrote out, like about the wine cellar, raiding the wine cellar in France. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, they were in France, and he joined his brother going across Germany as the Germans retreated, the German forces, and they ended up in some winery. And my dad was handing the bottles up to his brother through an air shaft. And then the officers confiscated they had a truckload because his brother drove a truck. And yeah. And then they managed to steal maybe a couple bottles for themselves. But the officers commandeered the truck, and then they saw them all partying later, and the officers messed with them. And then they drank theirs, it was lousy wine anyway, but it was funny. And I guess, whose ever wine it was, well, we liberated France, I guess. I do little songs of freedom, improvised songs of freedom. This one's about France, the city of lights. Ah, France, vive la France. Les Miserables took away that snooty Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake, she said. And then out came the guillotines, and the heads began to roll. But I do not wish that on anyone. I'm just saying sometimes the old guard's gotta go. And then France, vive la France, they start anew, and they had the Louvre and art. The Mona Lisa was there in the Louvre.
La Mona Lisa, Grand Mona Lisa.
Oh, and then Pepe Le Pew. They have such a rich heritage, the French.
The day Mona Lisa.
As do the Italians.
Merit Pepe Le Pew.
When the moon hits the sky like a big city.
Mi fai languir, se ben rudele, mi fai languir, se ben crudele, se ben crudele, mi fai languir. Our trip through Europe. What can I say? It was great.
Yeah. The City of Lights.
I was seeing lights and cathedrals, Gothic buttresses.
Were you speaking French or speaking in
Oh, yeah.
tongues?
Both, kind of French-Italian
Oh.
clone, I guess it's Swiss,
Okay. We did France and Italy.
when it comes right down to it. So
My sister Karen went to France.
I gotta say the Moog sounds really great in my headsets. I don't know how it translates.
Remember
on
we were
the
kids, like all the politically incorrect songs that would probably get me censored from YouTube. They're like, in the land of France, where the ladies wear no pants and the men wear glasses, so to see the ladies. It's like, oh, me too. Okay, I won't get political. I'll keep it happy. Hey, we got Heidi Vincent.
Who?
Heidi Vincent.
Heidi Vincent.
That is my cousin. My dad's sister's granddaughter.
How many invitations did you send out?
The family
Nice. All right.
and Facebook. Which Facebook is family because they probably they probably pared me down to only like 12 people see my feed. Wish my other cousin Leanne was here. Yes, Heidi, my dad and her grandmother were best friends because they were the closest in age. And I think now that they're all gone, we could safely say that Eileen was our favorite aunt. She's wonderful, wonderful woman. And my dad and her she was so funny and gifted in poetry, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Heidi, I have pictures like, this is our first attempt at live streaming, so I'm learning the software, and we have little pictures up there that I resized, but by the time I got all the technical issues solved, I was like, I'm not exiting and coming back in.
We're trying to get.
But if you zoom in, you'll see pictures of my dad and your great uncle. We both share the same great uncle, Horace Haney, that was KIA in World War I. Yeah, that was pretty sad. I don't want to be sad, but they never found his body, but there's a memorial there, and I have his name on there too, on a picture of the memorial in France. We're finishing France. We did a whole Remembrance Day thing. And now we're doing stories and history. Does anyone else have a story out there? Live from Victoria, British Columbia. Stuart, I wish you were here to do your voice. Stuart has the best MC voice. Well, he's a guy, right? So he gets a live. Hey, everybody. I don't know, what's a woman MC voice? Live. They're always horrible on the top. Live. Can you do a live voice, Ken? It's not you, right? No, it's Stuart. He owns it. Wish you were here.
And now for Radio New York. First word in Kodak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles. Could you do that one?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
No.
Followed by the world's largest nun. Don't stand up, sister.
Oh, yeah. Can you do a Beatles song on there? That we could get away with because of copyright? You'll never know this is a Beatles
No,
song.
we're not doing
Oh, what are you
we're
doing?
not doing copyrights.
What?
Copyrights.
Okay, what are you going to do? Another improv. Okay, we're doing Frank Zappa. Evelyn, the modified dog, viewed the fringe of a very special doily, draped across the piano with some surprise. Arf, she said, don't you eat that yellow snow. Don't you go where the huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow. Request for a Frank Zappa World War II song. I just put on when I want to think of my dad and your aunt, of course, Heidi, that era of the big band era, it's so romantic. Like in terms of, sure, it's idealistic, I think maybe for us, but I love it. And because I'm a musician, I would go and see my dad. I'd visit him every year, and we would watch old, like World War II movies, and listen to big band music, because we both loved it, so why not? And he did actually see me play in the Commodore's big band at Butcher Gardens. He came and visited once, and I was on the drums, and I did the Gene Krupa. It was really cool. So, when they weren't sacrificing and going through the hard stuff, they were dancing. I think I'll do some dancey stuff. Dancey Frank Zappa.
Color that girl in chocolate syrup and love her till the cows come home. That girl in chocolate syrup and love her till the cows come home. Yeah. Color that girl in chocolate. Love her till the cows come home. Yabba dabba 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 doo.
Evelyn the Modified Dog. I don't really know. I know Terry Bozzio keeps one thing the same, calls it the ostinato, and then does a bunch of others. Very difficult in advance. You do this, right? And then a bunch of other stuff with this too. But never lose that. So I only know Latin. Okay, what are we doing? Latin.
I think we're almost done.
We got one more song.
Yeah.
So we're sending it out to all of you. Thank you for supporting me and coming on here. And I think we're going to do this more and just keep building on it and get a little more slick with a few things. Well, Lori, we might even write scripts. Not strict scripts, but just really format it and get it like someday. We're just going to grow it organically. As they say on the West Coast, we like organically. I hope that song, I hope that word is still in vogue, organically. Yeah, hipsters with coffee, organically. What else we like? The spoken word. That's the kind of thing. It's kind of saying stuff people haven't already heard. It's how you put together your spoken word. gotta say, need another revolution. This one, we gotta pray. I gotta say what we really think. Find the strength. But there's only one way. There's only one way. Under the power of love, nothing changes in that way. It's gotta be the power of love. No violence. Say it with your music. Say it with your heart. Say it on the drum set. That's how we could start a revolution built on love.
Drum solo. The big drum solo finale.
I'll send us out to Julian a song, 'cause
Now
he's
you know.
with us now. And it's love, 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 love. All we need is love. Sounding U2-ish. But it's a universal kind of beat, universal song. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, love. I'll say it in your music, Stuart, and say it in your words, Laurie, and even Madeline Moore. Say it in your classes, Karen, where you teach people to speak out. Christopher. And Heidi, in your health, helping with health. We need to be healthy. Eat your vitamin C, D, A, B, and take zinc. That's all I did, and it made a difference. All right. Wow, you know, and my family and friends who know me would probably be surprised that I could say all that stuff, because I never talk, actually. I'm going to end
You were
with,
the quiet one, right?
I think I'll end our live stream with a message I'm going to relay, because I don't have it at my fingertips. It's Heidi's mom's poem, and she wrote a poem, and it was called The Quiet Drummer, and we published it in a book of poems. But that was the
The quiet drummer.
Yeah, it was called The Quiet Drummer, and the whole poem was about the cacophony of drums, she called it. I'm like, what do you mean cacophony? But anyways, she said the quiet drummer, you know, they're there drumming, and they don't talk, they don't say anything. They're very quiet people, like everyone in her family that drums. There's about 10 of us that are drummers or something. We're all like really introspective. Until they get on the drums, that's how the poem goes.
Oh.
And then, you know. So I actually, thanks for everybody for coming and listening and joining us. I think I'd like to do these hangs and just periodically just send out a thing to hang together, because, and I'll try and find a way to get people in to phone in on Skype or something. That'd be kind of fun. It'd be like a talk show and you guys could be guests. Today we have with us Stuart McClellan. Stuart, what do you have to say to the world? You could be thinking about your answers. What do you have to say to the world? I gotta look in the camera, right? What do you have to say to the world? And Laurie Clayton, remember that Monty Python? Author of Hewty? Are you a man or a mouse? No. So I hope everyone's encouraged and we got together and that was cool. Thank you. We love you. Mwah. I'm going to hang out for a while just in case you guys want to send some messages across here. I could talk to you a bit.
That's good. See you on the flip side. Well, I don't know. The Moog was sounded exactly like it's supposed to in the headset. I don't know if it was loud enough or what. We can check it back and hear what works and what doesn't.
Laurie says, Stuart says, trying to write some songs for you. They're still chatting, so I'm going to wait for their window to finish. Because there's a delay between what I'm doing and what they're doing, or how it goes across YouTube. Anyway, Laurie had said, it was fun, love that Moog. Yeah, I know, eh? We could just do the Moog. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say, hey, we're on the Moog, and see who shows up and make it like a hang, like a coffee hang, you know? And like I'll take requests, and we'll have guests, I don't know, organically, right? Thanks, Stuart. Good night. Stuart's got to fly. Okay, ciao.